Jordan Sekulow joining us live, Executive Director of the American Center for Law and Justice, also a member of the President's legal team. Jordan, it feels like 12 hours ago I saw you. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not feeling as good about the election results, but I will say that, again, we keep on fighting each day.
Yeah, and the fight continues. I don't know if you saw that live shot earlier of what's happening in D.C.
Yeah.
So many out there protesting outside,
Right.
and then obviously there's a protest inside as we take a live look here at so many speakers, and their voices want to be heard, Jordan.
They do, and they want to be heard through members of Congress, and that is going to happen today. I'm proud of the about 13 U.S. senators who have signed on to agree to put forward and join the House members to challenge the individual states. You just walk through how that happens. It goes in alphabetical order. First challenge we might see is Arizona. We could see as many as 6 or more. It could be as few as 3. But what you'll probably be looking for is that if it is 3, that those would be outcome determinative, so that they would be enough electoral votes at stake that they would shift the results of the election to President Trump. Now, we know that is a very uphill battle because this is a straight up vote after the debates happen in the House and the Senate. And in the House, the Democrats control, so that's very difficult. And in the Senate, there's a lot of Republicans, I think, that conservatives and Trump supporters are not going to be very happy with what they see today. But hopefully some of them are convinced when they go through this debate.
Georgia State Representative Vernon Jones there speaking live as we're taking live pictures there. Back to what's happening there inside the Capitol. Just for a second, Jordan, if those lawmakers, those senators that are pushing for this 10-day commission to look into the 2020 election, if that happens, does that push the certification off until January 16th? How exactly would that work, or do we even know?
I mean, I think if they got support in the House and the Senate to do that, it probably would push the certification back because you'd have this commission to look at it. But I think that what is key here is that the votes, I just want to be honest with everybody, I think that commission should happen regardless. I'm a little nervous about getting that commission started later because of what we're seeing. And Newsmax is called both races. I was on the air earlier when the race was called for Austin.
Just to be clear, projected, no call.
Yeah, projected. And I want to make it clear to folks that I think what we're going to have to watch for is one, is that second option, that commission option, something that's more appealing, even maybe to some more moderate Democrats. I doubt that in the House, and I still doubt it because I think there's too many Republicans in the Senate who are not fans of President Trump. But there is another option. It's still out there. It's the vice president. And I'm not talking about the option that some people have tossed around of him canceling out Electoral College votes and disenfranchising voters. But as president of the Senate, constitutionally, as a legislator in that role, as part of the legislative body, constitutionally, there is a legal theory that he could raise the question on his own and then require the states, certain states that were objected, to go back and look at what happened and go through the recertification process at the state legislative level, not the executive level, because the Constitution says it's the state legislature that sets this up. There is a statute that says the executive branch of a state signs off on it. They're in conflict, and when a statute's in conflict with the Constitution wins out. So I still think if you're looking for more action than just debate today, you're likely looking for the potential for the vice president to make that move. He's, of course, got to be working with his advisors on how could he get that far? How quick would a legal challenge come to that? But again, this is going to be a very important day to watch if you are a Trump supporter or a Biden supporter.
You make a great point. The president pushing VP Pence not once but twice. You've seen just recently on Twitter to take a stand, if you will. You wonder if you do see that, and you've outlined the legal remedies of it, the legal theory, as you called it. I wonder, too, Jordan, because I know you've been a part of it, as far as the lawsuits happening with the Trump campaign and the states, is that over? Are there still other lawsuits floating around?
Well, like in Pennsylvania, for instance, you had the president pro tem and the leader of the Senate there write a letter to Congress and to Vice President Pence saying we've still got active litigation going on, and we need to relook at the certification that happened in our state. Please, please, kind of command us to do that. So that's happening out of Pennsylvania. So there is some of that litigation, but I think what's clear here is this. Every one of these states that we talked about, if you really want to get angry at folks who could have been doing something about this earlier, these state legislatures in these key battleground states that we've all talked about, the 6 or so that had so many controversies, are controlled by Republicans. And Republican state legislatures could have done this without Vice President Pence asking them to, without the Supreme Court telling them to. They could have done it on their own. They didn't. Now I think they're looking for someone like Vice President Pence to say, take a look at it again. But what does it actually mean? Well, he can't force them to change the way that they certify. They may certify the same slate of electors, but it does make them have to take another hard look at it. And I think that, again, it's an option that's on the table. And I think we'll see how close we get to that as the day progresses with these objections by House and Senate members.
All right, Jordan Sekulow, a brilliant mind. I appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts, Jordan. Good to see you, and thank you.
Thanks, Sean.